Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Summer Meyers. I am a homeschool mom of 5 kids, and on this channel we talk about all things homeschool. So if that is something you are interested in, hit that subscribe button. Today we are talking about life skills. The thing with life skills is that you just assume you're a human doing life, that you should just know how to clean a toilet, that you should just know how to vacuum stairs, that you should just know that if you don't want to continuously dust, then maybe you should change your filters in your AC unit, right? And I'm not necessarily talking about daily chores, just things that they should do while they live with you. I'm also talking about things that they will need to be able to do once they leave the nest. We've got how many people? We've got 7 people in this house who wear clothes for the most part, and they need their clothes washed every week. And I notice that if I do not keep on top of it, it gets to the point of overwhelming. Now, this is a life skill, a skill that you develop as an adult, saying, I know the consequence of this, therefore I must do this to prevent that from happening, right? Children don't have enough life experience to know this. That's okay. Not gonna fault them for it. There's no penalty box for this one. But some of these tips do apply to chores too. So if that is something that you struggle with as a family, maybe some of these tips will help you out. Maybe some of these hips will help you out. No. The first thing that I did with life skills was I made a list of all the things that I wanted my children to be able to accomplish by the end of the year. Things that I wanted them to know how to do and potentially do it really, really well. And of course, this varies by age. I don't expect my 4-year-old to know how to mop floors. So her life skills are different. I would like her to know how to eventually be able to tie shoes, she should be able to put a jacket on by herself at this point, which is a life skill that you have to learn. Being able to zip up a jacket, being able to put gloves on a hand. Those are life skills that she needs to develop in order to move on to the next stage of life, right? My 11-year-old, I expect to be able to handle and accomplish more things. She knows how to tie her shoes. She knows how to zip up her jacket. Now I want her to be able to know how to start a load of laundry, how to wash a sink properly. She's also entering an age into babysitting and being able to watch other people's kids. Probably not this year, but in the following year. So what are some things that she needs to be able to do that safely? Know that this list is a goal that you're working towards, that it doesn't have to happen overnight and that it won't happen overnight. And keeping your expectations low so that by the time the year has passed, they have had so much practice and repeated demonstrations and working with them through that you feel less stressed about it. You have a whole year to accomplish this list, and it's okay that they don't make it by the end of the week. After you've made a list of the life skills that you would like your child to accomplish within the next month or the next year, think about how you would break it up into steps. Laundry is one of those things that our house gets really overwhelmed by. So I'm taking that and I'm breaking it down into manageable steps for my 4, 7, 9, and 11-year-old child and what they can do to help with that process and little life skills that they can use and learn and grow and develop with. So here are the steps for laundry. Gather all the laundry from all of the bedrooms, sort the laundry, wash each pile, dry. Take them all upstairs, sort them again to who they belong to, fold it away. So that's like 8 steps, 9 steps. That's quite a few steps in there. But those steps, there's quite a few things that my 4-year-old easily can do. There's quite a few steps that my 11-year-old absolutely can do. And then with their powers combined, they are Captain Planet. With their powers combined, the job actually gets done, and it's one less thing that I have to think about on my plate. I am the manager, so to speak. So based on their age, I'm going to use my 4-year-old as an example. What can they do in this laundry process? I do know that she can take all the clothes that she has put in her dirty hamper basket and any clothes that haven't made it in her room and put them in a separate basket to take downstairs to our laundry room. Sometimes she has to make multiple trips because she's little and she can't carry heavy things. Sometimes she has a sister help her carry things, but that is a skill that I have taught her in the last year that she can do by herself. The next step for her life skill would probably be practicing sorting. That's a process that we have been working with her for the last couple of months. And she gets it down pretty well, but she still needs somebody, a big sister or myself, to help her sort where her jammies go, where lights go, where darks go, that sort of thing. But that's as far as my 4-year-old goes. That's the threshold there. She's not tall enough to reach the laundry, the big appliance. Oh my gosh, the washing machine. I had a moment there. My 4-year-old is not tall enough to reach the top of the laundry machine. She can't physically put all of the dirty clothes into the laundry machine. My 11-year-old hasn't done this yet, and I'll tell you why. It's because I have a control problem. But this year, I would like it if my 9-year-old and my 11-year-old had figured out taking how many clothes, because frequently we have to do 2 loads of whites or whatever, and knowing how high to fill them up so they're not just crammed in there, how much soap to put in, what the temperature is. I mean, that's a lot of little nitpicky things. And fortunately, the laundry it's not like it's going to explode. And I don't do bleach. It's okay if they were to screw up and practice with that. But that's something that I would need to watch over them and practice with them several times before I'd feel comfortable with them doing it for all the loads, and for multiple loads too, because you're thinking about darks, and this doesn't matter. Point being that would be the next step. That's the next life skill which I'm reaching for with my preteens. So I've used my example of laundry, but just doing one life skill at a time will mean it will take an entire lifetime to do all of the skills. So after you have broken down several life skills that you want them to learn, whether that be cooking, whether that be safety, whether that be some kind of cleaning chore, next is introducing those chores one at a time. Those groups of things that they're going to be needing to do one at a time, and slowly adding them all in until they're doing them every day. So for laundry, we don't do that every day. We do that once a week, typically, sometimes twice a week, depending. For cooking, that is something we do have to do every day. And so that is something that I give my kids a chance to do every day. They're pretty good at breakfast. We're working on lunch with my older kids, and dinners are something that I'm hoping to work on this year. Instead of saying, here's 3 things we're going to be working on today, give them one thing for that week. And once they've started getting comfortable with it, then you add 2, and then you add 3. And the reason being, if you add 3 new life skills to multiple children, even if it's just 2 kids, if you've added all those life skills in 1 week, that's you with them doing all 3 of those things. And that's just going to drive you crazy, because you can't just tell them what they need to do and just expect it to be done. They need to have you working with them side by side, doing it with them. It is a chance to bond, because as silly as it is, that is some of my memories of my mother are when I was cleaning with her. So make them enjoyable. It's much more pleasanter when you approach it that way, where you're thinking, I'm going to do this with my kid and we're going to have a good time doing it, even though it is learning how to clean a toilet. This is not a chance for you to stand there and lean against the wall and watch them do it. Really get in there with them. Show them how to do it. Don't take over, but be a partnership in it. If there really isn't room to do it together, then do another chore next to them and you do it together. There's also a bit of pride when you take care of something and you're like, this is something I have taken care of and it has flourished. If you have houseplants, this is a great way to incorporate your kids. Say, this is your plant. It lives and dies by your generosity to it. Giving them a sense of pride and being like, look how well you did that. That looks really good. And it shouldn't be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. And acknowledging their efforts of trying hard gives them a sense of accomplishment and pride in the job well done, which is also a life skill. In their 5-year-old little head, it looks like phenomenal, but in your adult world, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to redo all of this. But still encouraging them, you did a really good job. Thank you, sweetheart. And we'll do it again tomorrow, and I'll do it with you next time, maybe. This is so great, and I'd like you to show me how you do it, and turning it around on them and having them show you how they cleaned it up, and not necessarily correcting them on every little thing. Giving them a sense of ownership and pride in their job well done. The last bit of advice that I have for you is to not make this all about during grunge work. It takes a lot to run a household, and any mother will tell you how demeaning it is to be like, oh, you just stay at home. You're just a stay-at-home mom. What do you do? Because it's not just domestic housework that goes into being a mother. It's not just cleaning and cooking and chauffeuring kids around. There's a lot more to it. And this is the chance to show your children what that means. What does it mean to be a parent? What does it mean to care for somebody so much that you are taking time out of what you would prefer to do to serve someone else? That is it for me, beautiful people. Thank you so much for coming. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, comment about life skills that you and your kids are working on this year, and let me know how it's been going. Hope everything's going well, guys. Bye. I need water. Oh, I got it. I found it. It's over here. I don't know why I'm so out of breath. I need to exercise more. What are some fun household duties?